Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, here with my brief thoughts on Lightyear. This was directed by Angus MacLane, a longtime worker at Pixar who has worked on a lot of their movies in the animation department, and it starred Chris Evans, Keke Palmer, and Taika Waititi, among others. And this is the latest from Pixar. Hopefully you all know who they are. And this is the sequel, prequel, spin-off, yes, of the Toy Story quadrilogy. Hopefully you all know what that is. It tells the story of, well, Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Chris Evans, on a mission to try and get him and his human crew back to Earth, seemingly. He gets, well, caught in a time loop to several, decades into the future, where he eventually meets the granddaughter of his best friend, voiced by Keke Palmer. The rest of the human contingency are under the attack of the evil Emperor Zurg, and so it's up to Lightyear and the skeleton crew that he gets along the way to stop Zurg. I have a lot of new subscribers here on the channel. First of all, hello, thank you for subscribing. And second of all, if you know anything about me, you will know that I love the Toy Story movies. I love them all. I don't discriminate, though 2 is absolutely the best and the best thing that Pixar has ever made. You heard me correctly on that. When I heard that just a Lightyear movie was going to be made, I wasn't sure how to feel about it because, well, Toy Story is Toy Story. If they were going to make a Toy Story 5, I would have been, I guess, more excited for that, but if they were going to make a spin-off, I don't know, it just felt very weird. But I went in with an open mind. The trailers all looked good, so I decided, okay, I'm just going to be excited for it. And I was, and now having seen it, I can definitely say that this movie's definitely weird in parts, but on the whole, this is Pixar doing Pixar things, and that's certainly a good thing. Firstly, though, the animation is, of course, outstanding. That's pretty much, like saying that water is wet and the sky is blue. But Pixar have gotten their animation to the point where you can't tell it's animation anymore. There are several shots where I just have to be... I was just in shock as to how beautiful it is. Saying that the animation is good in a Pixar movie is pretty much a prerequisite at this point. However, I'm still in awe of just how good it truly is. The voice cast is of course good. Chris Evans is of course good here as well. He nails the voice. He's got the Buzz Lightyear voice down perfectly. I've heard some people say that it should have been Tim Allen, but considering that Tim Allen is a lot older at this point, and, well, for a lot of reasons, he really doesn't need the payday. If they had to choose anyone, I'm glad they chose Chris Evans, because he got the voice perfectly. I like how they didn't make Lightyear just the dumb soldier type who just runs into battle headlong. When the inciting incident happens where the human contingent is stuck on this planet and it's pretty much his fault, he takes full responsibility for it, and he even court-martials himself. It goes to show that there was actually a good deal of nuance to this portrayal, which I did appreciate. I've been a big fan of Keke Palmer ever since I saw her in Jump In, which is a severely underrated Disney Channel original movie. Go check that out on Disney Plus if you haven't. But I'm glad to see her back working for Disney in a Disney property. And I'm looking forward to seeing her in Nope in just about a month's time. I hope she's good in that, because she is good in here. There were some parts of her character where I just wasn't looking forward to it. For example, I don't think this is a spoiler, but her character is afraid of space. And at first I was like, that would be like if you're joining the Navy but you're afraid of the ocean. But when you think about it, space is a pretty terrifying place. Just ask Sandra Bullock in Gravity. Still one of the scariest moments I've ever seen in a movie. Just her tumbling over and over and over again. I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. The crew that they get, including Taika Waititi, they do have their funny moments. However, they do also have their annoying moments, especially from Waititi's character. Taika Waititi's character in this is pretty much Korg from the MCU, but pretty much stripped of anything that made Korg brave. Like, this character has some genuinely dumb moments to where I'm just like, why were you brought into the Rangers again? I suppose that was the point, and he's not totally useless. He does serve a purpose later on, but at the same time, there were some moments where I just was sitting there like,
you know what? The next time you have a thought, let it go.
And then there's Socks. Socks is the best part of this movie. You can't change my mind on that. I want Socks. If my cat wasn't sleeping right now, I would bring her into the shot, but she is sleeping and I won't disturb her sleep. But seriously, I need Socks, like, yesterday. I think the biggest problem that I have with this movie is the villain. That is a genuine spoiler, and of course I will not say anything further. But, I don't know, it feels like from a narrative standpoint, it makes sense, but I don't know, it makes sense and it kind of doesn't make sense. For the villain, I thought it was a very weird choice. It wasn't handled the best. It wasn't handled terribly, it just wasn't handled the best, if that makes any sense at all. Not to mention that this movie kind of feels like it has trouble with its own identity. Does it exist in the Toy Story universe? I've been told that this movie is basically what Andy watches in the Toy Story universe to inspire his mom to buy him the Buzz Lightyear toy for his birthday, which leads into the first Toy Story.
Everybody got that?
But it just feels like a weird flex that this movie does exist at all, especially considering that this is a theatrical release. I'm not the biggest fan of Soul, but that movie definitely deserved a theatrical release. I know how to speak. And yes, it came out in 2020, the accursed year, and that's its only real crime, but come on, could you have at least released Luca in theaters? Like, why does Lightyear get the big theatrical treatment? Just boggles the mind. At the end of the day, I'm going to give this movie a great rating. This is still Pixar doing Pixar things, and at the end of the day, that's all I wanted, and that is exactly what I got. Now that Pixar movies are back in theaters, please keep them there. They deserve it. They do not belong on Disney Plus until their theatrical window is over. Keep them in theaters, please and thank you. But what did you all think of Lightyear? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to read what you have to say about that. And if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.